Okay, so what if your headphones could actually be a time machine? We're about to deconstruct a show that claims to do just that. It doesn't just tell you about history, it actually drops you right in the middle of it. So how does this audio time travel even work? And, more importantly, why is it so incredibly effective?
Let's just start with a thought experiment. Seriously, what if you could sit across the table from one of history's greatest minds? I'm not talking about reading their words in some dusty old book, but actually asking them anything about their art, their inventions, maybe the secrets they never wrote down. This powerful idea, well, it's the entire foundation of the experience we're looking at today.
So right out of the gate, the show uses this kind of super vivid imagery to pull you in. But notice what's really happening here. It's not just a description, it's an instruction. By asking you to close your eyes and imagine, it's making you a co-creator of this world. And that personal investment, right from the very beginning, that's a critical piece of the magic. And this immersive technique we're talking about, it's the signature of a show called Time Travelers of History. Its whole premise is built on a pretty simple but kind of radical idea. What if we stopped treating history like a monologue, a dry lecture we have to absorb, and started treating it like a dynamic, living conversation?
The show's core belief is just that simple. The best way to really understand the past is to imagine its legends sitting right here with us. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it's totally revolutionary. It moves us away from just memorizing facts on a page and puts us face to face with personalities at a table.
This slide really gets to the heart of the shift. Think back to history class. It was all about dates, battles, and textbooks, right? It's all very static. The time traveler's approach just flips that completely on its head. It's built on dialogue, on personality, and on this search for timeless lessons that actually connect with our lives right now.
Okay, so if that's the what, let's get into the how. How do they actually build this time machine for your ears? Well, it's not actually magic, it's a really carefully crafted toolkit, and it's designed for total immersion.
The secret sauce isn't just one single thing, but how three distinct layers all work together. First, they use soundscapes to build the world around you. Then they use roleplay to bring these historical characters to life. And finally, they use direct prompts to pull you, the listener, right into the middle of the story.
It all starts with the soundscapes. You could almost call it auditory scene painting. They don't just tell you you're in 16th century Florence, they make you hear it. The faint scratching of a quill, the clink of a glass, a distant lute. These little details totally bypass your analytical brain and speak directly to your imagination. And here's the next layer, imaginative roleplay. See, the host doesn't just describe the scene. They place you inside of it. That little phrase, and you lean in and ask, that is such a powerful shift. All of a sudden, you're not just some passive observer. You are a character in the drama. And the final piece of the toolkit? It's breaking that fourth wall with interactive prompts. They don't want you to just listen. They want you to do something. A challenge like the hashtag Time Travel Doodles challenge takes the ideas from the episode and pulls them right into your world, making the whole experience feel real and tangible.
So why use this whole complex toolkit of sound and role play and interaction? Well, because the goal here isn't just entertainment. It's to fundamentally change your relationship with history, to turn you from just a passive listener into a truly active participant. These are basically the show's educational pillars. Every single technique we've talked about is designed to do way more than just transfer information. The real goal here is to cultivate a mindset, to spark your curiosity, encourage your creativity, and train your brain to see the connections across time. Here's a great example of this in action. In that Da Vinci episode, the challenge they give you is to practice a skill you think you're bad at for just 10 minutes a day. This directly channels Leonardo's own philosophy that curiosity is the engine of genius. So it transforms a history lesson into a personal growth exercise. Pretty cool, right?
And this is the ultimate outcome. When you combine the soundscapes, the roleplay, and these active challenges, you get this profound shift. History stops being a collection of facts you have to memorize for a test and becomes this living, breathing experience that you are a part of.
All of this leads us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. What's the core philosophy here? Why go to all this trouble just to make history feel so alive and so immediate?
You see, the show argues that history isn't just about looking backward. It's also a mirror for looking at ourselves. By asking what figures like, say, Cleopatra or Nikola Tesla would think of our world, we suddenly get a startlingly new perspective on our own lives, our technology, and our challenges.
And ultimately, this is what makes the past so incredibly relevant. The show pushes us to look for the signal in the noise, to move past the specific dates and all that, and focus on the timeless lessons in leadership, creativity, and resilience that we can apply to our own lives right now.
This brings us to a final, powerful idea that really seems to be the show's true north. It's just a perfect summary of the whole concept. The past isn't some dead thing to be studied, but a living resource to be consulted. It really leaves you wondering, maybe the best way to navigate the future is to have a conversation with the past.